Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. In the name of God, the Supreme Creator, most gracious, most merciful. Surah Taha, the mystical letters, Ta and Ha. Surah 20, verse number 100. If any do turn away therefrom, verily they will bear a burden on the day of judgment. Now, the next two or three slides, I will just read them and then I will just make a summary of them with just some notes, right? So let's just go through these because it's important. They will abide in this state, and grievous will the burden be to them on that day. And the word that day refers to the day of judgment. The day when the trumpet will be sounded, that day we shall gather the sinful, bleary-eyed with terror. In whispers will they consult each other. You tarried not longer than 10 days. So they wonder how long they've been on the planet Earth. Some will say we stayed 10 days, others will say no, less than a day. Elsewhere it says no, we stayed an hour, others will say less than an hour, in a total confused state of mind. We know best what they will say when their leader, most eminent in conduct, will say, you tarried not longer than a day. Right, so let's just look at some of these very, very pertinent things. And remember, this applies to every single human being, irrespective of your religion, because there is an important thing that's going to happen when the day of judgment comes, and that is when the entire earth will be changed and everyone will be brought in front of the Creator Spirit. Right, so let's just look here and for us to very briefly understand what is going on, right? So, as we said, that God most merciful, and this is one of his beautiful attributes, Ar-Rahman, right? We as Muslims refer to him by his proper name, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he is the supreme creator of the heavens and the earth. And it's very important to understand this. So when we as Muslims use the word Allah, we are not referring to another God, as what some people suggest, that, oh, Muslims are praying to another God. No. We Muslims believe firmly and clearly and logically and rationally that there is only one God in the entire universe. The Supreme Creator is one, right? So from a mathematical point of view, just remember the word one. And that is why the most important principle of Islam, Muslims raise their finger to show one. La ilaha illallah. Right? There is no God but Allah. And Allah is one. Muslims won't pick up 2 fingers or 3 fingers or 5 fingers. They will always remind ourselves by word and by mouth that God is one. Right? We understand that. Now, God in His mercy created mankind in the person of Adam and Eve. God created a man and he created a woman as his partner, as a pair. So God created a man with sperm and a woman with eggs, so that thereby we have love between them and we have perpetuation of the species. So through them we have billions of offspring. God did not create Adam 2 men. 2, it is impossible for a man and a man to give birth to a child. God did not create 2 women. It is impossible for a woman and a woman to give birth to children. It is only possible for a species to survive in the process of 1 man, 1 woman, right? You need a sperm, you need the egg for the survival and perpetuation and continuation of the species. Very clear on that. God gave mankind paradise for free, with the simple instructions: enjoy whatever you want in paradise, don't go near one tree. Now, for us to understand what is a tree is just a metaphor for something else. Now, remember, there are trillions of trees in paradise. For us to understand the significance of a tree, think of it as a shopping mall. All right? So, there are trillions of shopping malls in paradise. So, God, in His mercy, said, go to any shopping mall you want to, visit anything you want to, but don't just go to one shopping mall. Don't go to this one here. So, meanwhile, Satan is here. And when God created human beings, God gave human beings such an amazing brain, like He has not given any other creature in the universe. An amazing brain. Through this brain, God, in His mercy, taught Adam the nature of things. That means God taught Adam the thing called language, which is very, very powerful. He taught him vocabulary, He taught him the names of things, and thereby, this 100 billion brain cells has the ability to form its own neural interconnections through neuroplasticity. The brain is changing itself all the time. The brain has the ability to ponder and to think and to have curiosity and to have doubt and to discover things through inventions and discoveries and so on. So it is an amazing, outstanding brain. And when God breathed into him his breath, he then instructed all the angels to bow down to mankind in the form of Adam. Everybody bowed down. All the trillions of angels bowed down except for Iblis, the devil, Lucifer. He had three qualities which we must stay away from: arrogance, comparison, and envy. He is arrogant. Why didn't they? He was 40. When God commanded him, he said no. Comparison, he said, he is made out of fire, human beings are made out of clay, fire is more powerful than clay. And envy, very jealous of mankind, he said, why didn't the angels bow down to me? Why are they bowing down to human beings? So he's want to get them out of paradise. And he knows the importance of the power of suggestion because he's a master psychologist. He will just whisper, whisper, and then run away. So by his whispering, he told Adam and Eve, and to use the metaphor of a shopping mall, don't go to that shopping mall. Or he said, you can go anywhere here. God says, don't go there. Don't go to one tree. But the devil says, you know why you can't go there? Because that one got designer clothes there. You'll get things you won't get anywhere else. It's amazing. You'll fall on your back. In reality, he said, you will live forever. You'll become angels and so on. So to cut a long story short, human beings, they fell for the whispering of the devil. They broke the command of the Creator, and the Creator was not happy. So he condemned him to hell. So he's been condemned to hell. Human beings realized they made a mistake. They asked for forgiveness. God forgave them. So in Islam, there is no such thing as original sin. Everybody who is born pure and sinless. But this person, Satan, is sent to hell. He knows of the mercy of the Creator. So he asked the Creator, okay, I know I made a mistake. I know I'm going to go to hell. But give me a chance till the day of judgment. So God said, okay, you got a chance. Now he became a great enemy of mankind. He said, okay, because you threw me out of paradise, I'm now going to confuse human beings. I also want company in hell. So when human beings are going to try and get near to you, I'm going to make them so confused they're going to make mistakes and they're going to join me in hell. So God in his mercy now sent human beings to the planet Earth. He sent them to the planet Earth for a short while, less than 100 years, because the Big Bang, the universe was created 13.8 billion years ago in the Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago, and through that we got, previously there was nothing, there wasn't even one atom in the universe, but through the Big Bang we got billions and billions, in fact trillions of galaxies, each galaxy containing trillions of stars and quintillions of planets, and moons and space debris and so on. And out of these trillions of galaxies, we have one amazingly beautiful galaxy called the Milky Way galaxy, which is a spiral galaxy. And in its spiral arms, on one of the spiral arms, is our beautiful sun and our solar system, our family of planets. And in that, God, most merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent us to the planet Earth for tests, trials, tribulation, suffering, so that we will get a taste of illness and a taste of death. We will lose people we love, we will lose our health, we will lose our business, we will lose our wealth. We will go through betrayals and difficulties in our relationship, difficulties with other people. So in that process, we are learning with ourselves. But the main thing is we need to return to God. And the way to God is known as the Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path. But the devil is waiting there. He said every time human beings want to go back to the Creator, I'm going to make them confused. I'm going to make them fall in love with the world. I'm going to make them fall in love with the planet Earth. That they must just say that there's nothing more than the planet Earth. I'm going to give them distractions. I'm going to give them entertainment, wine, woman, and song. Tell them to go night clubbing. Tell them to go dating for parties and more parties and for celebrities and do whatever you want to, but to just forget about God. So that's the one way the devil dissuades or confuses humanity. The most important and dangerous way that the devil confuses mankind is to make them forget that there is only one God. So then mankind starts saying, okay, maybe God has got a mother, God got a son or a daughter, or God got partners, and so on and so on. Or maybe the tree is God, then they start worshipping a statue, and so on. So in this way, there he gets human beings further and further and further away from the straight path until they earn the wrath and the anger of the Creator. And then the devil is very happy. So when human beings are sent on earth, they've got a choice. This is known as the free will. Angels we know are pure goodness, whereas the devil is pure evil. Everything about the devil is evil, even though he pretends to be the friend of human beings, but he is a great enemy of human beings. And human beings here, so this is a human being, this is an angel, and this is the Satan, the devil, right? So, human beings got a choice to choose between good or evil. They can choose the way of the angels and the way of God most merciful, or they can choose the way of evil and mischief making. And the greatest evil is to deny the existence of Creator or to associate partners with your Creator, which is known as shirk, or to say that God has a mother, or God has a son, or God has partners. That's the biggest evil. That's the biggest mistake that you can do, right? Because that is the greatest act of blasphemy or an insult to the all-powerful Supreme Creator who is one. So, by the choices human beings make, they can rise higher than the best of angels or fall lower than the worst of the devils in existence. Now, and this is another reality that after death, so this is what happens at the time of death. And this is where many people find it very difficult to understand. Even the Quraysh, the pagan Quraysh at the time of the Prophet Sal'lal'laa'hu they could not believe it. But this is the truth and it is the reality. And that's the whole purpose and meaning of life. That means our planet Earth is not our home. We have come from the heavens. We have come from the skies. Paradise is our home, not the planet Earth. We are simply travelers. We are space travelers. We are the astronauts. We are the aliens. We are the UFOs. Planet Earth is not our home, yet the devil makes us love this planet. Gravity holds us so tight to it, so we must let go of our possessions. And when we let go of the love for this world, that is the only way we can rise like a helium balloon and rise towards the love for the Creator, right? So at the time of death, it does not matter how you die. You can be buried in the soil, you can be cremated, you can fall down in a volcano, turn to ash. You can fall down in the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, and all the fish can eat you up. Or you can even be shot out into outer space at minus 270 degrees liquid nitrogen and to the nearest Andromeda galaxy, which is 2.5 million light years away. It does not matter. God will merciful will bring you back. And right now, as we speak, there is an amazing angel whose name is Israfil alayhi salam. And on his mouth, as he's standing here, his one hand is by his ear, and he's just listening with his hand to hear for a sound, a command from the Creator. And on his mouth, there is an amazingly huge and long and powerful trumpet, right? And the trumpet is touching his lips. He is just waiting for the command, for God most merciful to say, blow now. And when he blows, that means the entire world will come to an end. And the narrations tell us he will blow for 40. We don't know if it will be 40 seconds, 40 minutes, 40 hours, 40 weeks, 40 or 40 months, or 40 years. But by the time he blows, the vibration, the sound frequency is so intensive that even Mount Everest will turn to dust. Everything will turn to dust on the planet. Everyone will die. Then God, most merciful, will send a shower of liquid rain or some other substance, and Israfil alayhi salam will blow for a second time, and every single human being will stand up in front of God on the day of judgment, and the deeds will be weighed on the great massive scale known as the scales of justice. And then if your good deeds If your good deeds are heavier than your evil deeds, then you get paradise by the grace and mercy of your Creator. If your evil deeds are worse than your good deeds, then you go to hell to join Satan there. And it is on that day that the ones, and this reality of the day of judgment and the fact that everyone will be brought back to life applies to everyone. It does not matter who you are, irrespective of race or religion or nationality, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are wealthy or not wealthy, whether you are a pope or the president or the prime minister or an honorable member of parliament or a member of senator of Congress. Every single human being, including the celebrities, the Oscar Award winners, the Academy Award winners, the Olympic gold champions, the people who won the presidential awards, every single human being, all the musician stars, all the social media influencers that are influencing people, whether right or wrong, every single human being, even the anonymous people who are hiding behind social media with their photoshopping and their AI technology and involved in financial scams and various types of corruption, the corrupt members of parliament and government, whether the criminals, let us say this 10% of criminals, 10% of people in parliament are criminals, and 10% in civil society are criminals, and 10% of business leaders are criminals, and 10% of global leaders in this suit entire are criminals, and many of them think that they've got away with their crime and no one knows about it. But all their secret meetings and all their deals, whether it is in executive boardrooms, or whether it is in dark garages in the townships, or whether it is in underground nuclear bunkers, you cannot remove God from the equation of your life. And on that day, God, most merciful, will show the criminals everything that they have done from the beginning to the end, and every single human being, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or a monotheist or a pantheist or a Buddhist or a Scientologist or a New Age religion or an Old Age religion or a pagan worshipper or a new paganism or a traditional healer, every single human being, including the Pope and the kings and the sultans and the emperors, will be brought in front of God. And on that day, the criminals will be in a state of shock because all the crime will be shown to them. And the atheists will be in a state of shock because they denied the reality or the existence of a supreme creator. Even the atheists will be brought back to life, including people like Professor Richard Dawkins, Charles Darwin, Alfred Russel Wallace, and everyone. Everyone will be brought back to life again without a shadow of a doubt. Right? So let's just go very quickly again. So so if any do turn away from the truth with which the messengers are coming, verily they will bear a burden on the day of judgment without a shadow of a doubt. They will abide in this state, and grievous will the burden be to them on that day. The day when the trumpet will be sounded, that day we shall gather the sinful, bleary eyed with terror. In whispers will they consult each other. You tarried not longer than 10 days. We know best what they will say when their leader, most eminent in conduct, will say, You tarried not longer than a day. Stay well, look after yourself, and please remember, never remove God from the equation of your life. Whether you believe in Him or not, He exists guaranteed. The day of judgment is a guarantee. The reality of life after death is a guarantee. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah.